yeah, hold up. I go 9-0, right? I go 9-0, and this is what it gives me? A stupid hand cannon? I can get this from, like, a bronze tier, man. Give me that doctrine. So if you guys are in the same boat as I am, you probably thought this thing was a piece of shit. And, well, it is, until you get this roll. And that's why today, I'm heading into the Crucible. This thing is a damn god roll. If not a god roll, it's basically like a legendary Hawkmoon. I absolutely love this water star now. So, honestly, this water star is definitely worth trying out if you have one. Now, the Adept version is definitely not necessary. Even the normal version will be good enough. Now, this water star is kind of similar to a Hawkmoon, although the recoil is quite high. You may need to adjust the barrels and stuff. Just try to get a roll with not too much recoil, too much kick. But if you can get used to the recoil, it can be a 2-shot headshot, and this thing is absolutely incredible at the right range. So definitely try to get a water star and test it out for yourself. But anyways, guys, let's get into this review. Now, as you can see, recoil is quite high, and the sight is pretty good, though. So it's not too bad if you can just get used to the fire rate, because you're just going to fire at a certain rate, and the recoil really won't be all that bad. Now, if you spam the trigger, the recoil is going to be pretty ridiculous, and you're not going to really do much. Now, as you can see, I'm pretty close range getting these kills. It's really, really easy to get kills at close range, so long as there's no shotguns. And even mid-range kills are pretty good if you have a perk on it like I do, where if you aim down sight, it increases effective range. So, honestly, it's a pretty solid roll, and that's why this thing is pretty damn good. Now, I am also running the Binary Dawn, which is the Trials of Osiris shotgun. Now, I don't really run shotguns too often. If you guys have been with the channel for a while, pretty much always see me running sniper, but I figured I might as well use shotgun, just make it a full Trials loadout with the Binary Dawn. I believe I have the Tamarind as well for my heavy, so I'm just running an absolute full Trials loadout right now. Now, you don't really need to mix Trials weapons together to make them really work together, but if you have the Water Star, you definitely do want to have a shotgun, because most likely are going to be at close range. Now, you could choose to use the sniper too, just so that you actually have access to farther range kills, but unless you're going to be running around with the sniper the entire time, you definitely want to try to be running a shotgun or a fusion rifle, something that can just do really good damage at really close range in case you need to reload or something, or there's multiple enemies that the Water Star just cannot handle with only 8 bullets in the clip. So I found Reinforced Barrel to be the best perk to run on here because it increased the range. Now, the stability did get reduced, however, it's alright because if you just get used to the recoil, it's not really all that big of a deal. And when you stack the increased range on top of aiming down sight increases effective range, this thing just has absolutely insane range. You can do ridiculous damage at almost sniper range. You can still keep a 70 to 90 crit at some times, depending on just how far away you are. So that's another reason why this Water Star is pretty insane, because it might not kill at super far ranges, but it'll get people really hurt, or it makes it something really easy if you get a snipe on someone to just clean them up real quick with a body shot with Water Star. Now, I do suggest you guys run high agility when using the Water Star. It's a lot easier if you just can get away from people, because it's not going to win every gunfight. If someone has something that's high impact, or they're just not as close as you thought they were to do good damage. So running this gun on a Titan, something with shoulder charge, or maybe even shade step, blink, something like that. I haven't tested this gun out on the Warlock with like Sunsing or anything, although I wouldn't really suggest running it with something like that. I just don't think it would be all that great. I like to use hand cannons and just faster shooting guns like this with faster characters, or at least just faster agility builds. So keep that in mind when using the Water Star. You will need some pretty high agility. You need to be able to get around pretty quickly, so you aren't going to be wanting to run like max armor or something when running Water Star. It's not going to be all that great for you. You need to have the agility so you can get away. So right here, you're going to see the Water Star in action with the just insane range that I was talking about before. You're going to see me right here. I get a two body shots, and then I'm able to just get that third headshot. Now, that's something you really wouldn't see with something like the Last Word. That crit headshot would not have done that much damage. That is an insane amount of damage, and that is because I have Reinforced Barrel on top of increasing weapons range while aiming down sight. So when you stack those two together, that's what really makes this gun the powerhouse that it is. It's able to just do insane damage and at just about any range. It doesn't really matter. Now, if you stack these two together on top of Underdog, which boosts effective range and damage when your health gets lower, you will be able to stay in gunfights even with Doctrines of Passings. And so long as you're getting hurt, it's almost like that Underdog perk are your lucky rounds for your Hawkmoon, except they're guaranteed. There's no real luck involved. If your health is low, you're going to be doing more damage, which is why it's better to stay in the gunfights and actually just boost your damage and then finish them off that way. Now, this may cause you to trade with people every now and then, but it's pretty rare to trade, and overall, I found the Water Star to win most gunfights. Now, when in combination with the sniper, I found the Water Star to actually even just be a little better than with the shotgun. Now, it's hard for me to say because I do snipe a good majority of the time. I'm pretty used to sniping and using hand cannons as well, so I can't really say for sure. But when it comes to switching weapons and aiming down sight, it's actually pretty snappy. And switching in between weapons is something really easy. You don't have to worry about being really sluggish or your gun not being ready fast enough to get kills, which is something you can see with other weapons like the Last Word. So that's another reason why this legendary can actually be better than an exotic. It can take up that exotic slot so that you can actually run something else. Like, you can run an exotic sniper if you want to, so that's pretty nice. You can run Queenbreaker's bow, and it's going to be the perfect gun for that loadout. Now, the only thing I can say that you're going to have trouble with when using this water star is auto rifles. Now, if you find yourself in a gunfight, really close range with something like a Suros or a good roll on the hack and hatchet, something like that, a decent auto rifle, those are pretty much your worst animator when it comes to this water star. Now, the Doctrine, it is alright because the impact is still really low. That's just why it's the only one you can really win the gunfights on. But if you find yourself with one of those low fire rate but high damage auto rifles, you may have some trouble. So that's the only downside to this weapon, though. So just about any other situation you find yourself in, you should not have much trouble. And I do really love this water star, even more than the last word now. So hopefully you guys found this review of the water star helpful. Hopefully you guys are actually going to give it a chance now. Now guys, if you do give it a chance, let me know what perks you had in the comments down below, whether or not you actually liked them, or if you think that my water star was only good because I could stack reinforced barrel, underdog, and rangefinder. I do know that that is going to make the range just insane. And this role may be the only one that actually is better than the Hawkmoon. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Drop a like if you did, and subscribe if you're not already for future Destiny content. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.